Okay, so here's the thing we're not considering.
Okay.
We're always like, Selena can't be the best assassin. What if all the other assassins legitimately suck?
I don't know. We're going to find out why he hates animals in this chapter. I've started the recording, by the way. But only just barely. They didn't hear all our earlier discussion about M-Jeopardy.
300 points. I'll take M- for 300 points.
Alright, we're on chapter 10. Dorian shivered as he entered the kennels that afternoon, brushing snow from his red cloak. Beside him, Kale puffed air into his cupped hands. No gloves?
Dude, fuck gloves, I guess. Have we heard about if there's been plumbing yet? It's like plumbing before gloves. That's not even a pun. That's not even an alliteration. Hold on. Plumbing before Plundle? I don't know. Have we heard anything about the plumbing, the toiletry situation, aside from there being a sewer?
The fact that there is a sewer suggests to me that they have plumbing. Unless...
Dang it!
I mean, unless... No, wait. I think it said the servants bring the chamber pots down there.
Well, at least for Calcaine, but like Calcaine wouldn't get a bathroom.
No, but like... Because we were making jokes about how the servants should be coming down more often, instead of just every hour.
Okay.
To drop stuff off. So that makes me think they use pots.
Damn.
I don't know what chapter that was.
That's fine. I was just trying to make some joke about they have... Because, there's that quote from that book we've read. It's like, plunder before plumbing, which lives with me. So I just wanted to say, like, toilets before gloves or something like that. But it's not as cool because it isn't a little late, but still.
Yeah.
You have toilets, but you don't have hand gloves.
Yeah, I don't know what chapter it was.
I think
Anyways, pretty sure they use pots. They use chamber pots. At least at some points.
No pots. Sorry, no toilets, no gloves. The economy is in shambles.
They got pocket watches, though.
But they have pocket watches.
All these details I could use to try and vaguely figure out a time frame. All right. Puffing air into his cupped hands, and the two young men hurried further inside, the straw-coated floors crunching underfoot. The floors are crunching underfoot? Don't you mean the straw on the floors is crunching underfoot? I almost said cunting underfoot.
What did it say? The straw floor?
The straw-coated floors crunched underfoot, which just seems a little weird, because it's the straw that's crunching, not the floors.
Yeah, but it's a straw-coated floor, so...
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with saying it that way, I just don't like it.
Oh.
I think it's wrong.
Man.
I don't think it's technically wrong.
It's so cold in here that my hot glue totally cooled before I got a good seal on it.
Oops. Set the hot glue to a higher temperature.
I can't. And it cools down when it touches my...
Get your heat gun. Does it get hot enough to, like, undo hot glue?
It might, but the heat gun is very loud. Just so you know.
That's true. Don't get your heat gun, please. Dorian hated winter, the intolerable cold, and the way his boots never seemed completely dry. It must not be intolerably cold, then, or your boots wouldn't be getting wet.
Also, what kind of lame-ass unwaterproof boots do you have? Crown Prince? I think they could give him better shoes. That's all I can say.
Yeah, better footwear. They had chosen to enter the castle through the kennels because it was the easiest way to avoid Holin, Dorian's 10-year-old brother. Oh, right, he was mentioned in the first book, okay. Who had returned from school that morning and was already shrieking demands at anyone unfortunate enough to cross his path. Holin would never look for them here. He hated animals. Oh, okay, so it's not Dorian who hates the animals. Okay. It's Holin. Good to know. They strode through the chorus of barking and whining, Dorian pausing every now and then to greet a favorite hound. He could have spent the rest of the day here, if only to avoid the court's dinner in honor of Holin. I can't believe my mother pulled him out of school, he muttered. She missed her son, Kale said, still rubbing his hands together, though the kennels were deliciously warm compared to outside. Are they heating the kennels?
No, you got so many dogs crammed in there that they're like a little furnace.
That would take a lot of dogs. Yet they
what,
do it.
What about this book makes you think that the king has any restraint?
What about this book makes me think Maas has any... Well, actually, apparently, because you say the other book with the wandering plot is worse, I guess there's some restraint.
Oh, Crescent City?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've heard.
Okay.
And I hope it will only be what I've heard, because if there comes a day that I'm like, oh, I'm going to read Crescent City, shoot me.
I will, don't worry. And now that the delicious and warm inside. And now that there's this movement growing against your father, he wants Holland where he can keep an eye on him until it gets sorted out. Until Selena kills all the traitors, was what Kaol didn't need to say. Her, all alone, gonna kill every single one of them, one at a time? That could take a while.
Hey, you know, patience is a virtue, so I think the king's probably okay with it, because he's so virtuous.
Dorian sighed. I don't even want to imagine what sort of absurd gift my mother bought him. Do you remember the last one? Kaol grinned. It was hard not to remember the last gift Georgina had bought her younger son. 4 white ponies with a tiny golden carriage for Holland to drive himself about in. He trampled half of the queen's favorite garden. Kaol led them toward the doors at the far end of the kennels. You can't avoid him forever. Even as the captain spoke, Dorian could see him scanning, as he always did, for any sign of danger, any threat. After so many years, Dorian was used to it, but it still rankled his pride a little. Why does it rankle his pride?
I thought he said it. I thought he said he was used to it.
Apparently not.
It rankles his pride because either one, Dorian, Kaol doesn't think the palace is safe, or 2, he thinks that Dorian can't handle himself. God forbid Kaol just do his job, mediocre as he is.
God forbid.
I mean, sorry, Lord forbid.
Word forbid. Weird.
Weird. They got that weird.
Got that weird.
Thomas?
Anyways, favorite garden. Kaol let the, scanning, he rankles his pride a little bit. They passed through the glass doors and into the castle. Is everything in the castle glass?
There's the whole upper part of the castle, I think, is all glass. And then the bottom half of the castle, like the original castle, is stone.
Okay.
So.
Through the glass doors, into the castle. To Dorian, the hall was warm and glowing, wreathed with garlands of evergreen wreaths and garlands of evergreen still decorated archways and tabletops. Still? Dudes, it's been 6 months. It's been 6 months. At least 4 months since
Yulmas? Well, yeah, but like if it's winter still, I can see people being like, let's have the wreaths up and everything. And besides, as far as we know, Yulmas doesn't have wreaths. You know?
It's true. However, it's Yulmas.
However, it's your Maas, so.
Also, it should be taking place around the
end of the
solstice. The winter solstice. So 4 months from the winter solstice would put it at like May. Okay, maybe it hasn't been 4 months. It's been at least 3 months.
It's been 2 months at very least, but I think your Maas wasn't at the very end of the book.
Yeah. Anyways, point being, unless they're in a quite extreme latitude, I don't think it like.
Now
I don't. For winter?
I don't think that there's latitude.
Southern. They could be southern, not northern.
Yeah, that's so true. Pull that map up. Let's see where the compass is.
Well, I mean, it doesn't tell you how far where that continent is on the planet.
Well, if there was latitudes, it would.
It
but
doesn't.
Of course,
no
there
latitudes. Aren't. This is also like I feel like this isn't the map I saw you looking at before, but I guess it is.
It is, yeah. And
really
they said how Otterland is like the greatest empire or whatever. Look how small it is. Like, okay.
Oh yeah, but aren't they like in the process of?
I guess they have like kind of captured this place and stuff. And okay, maybe that's fine.
Anyway.
We hate it here. We hate it.
We hate it here. We hate it here. Continuing on after our distraction with the glass and Yule Maas. Covering the archways and tabletops. To Kaol, he supposed an enemy could be waiting anywhere. That's why everything's glass, actually, so you can see the enemy.
You go ahead.
Maybe he's changed in the past few months, Imdash. Matured a little, Kaol said. You said that last summer, and I almost punched his teeth out. You are like twice his age, Kaol. I mean, Dorian.
Yeah.
We know he's over 20. His brother's 10, and you almost punched his teeth out?
Man, he almost threw fists with a 12-year-old.
A 10-year-old.
I almost threw fists with a 10.
Like, that's another strike
That's
against
kind
him.
of
He has a
pathetic.
lot of strikes against him. Yeah. Kaol shook his head. Think the word, my brother was always too afraid of me to talk back.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that you beat your siblings up so that you don't have to deal with them.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what you'd be like with a child. Just saying.
Just saying. One moment. And resume. Let us see, where were we?
My brother was always too afraid to talk to me.
Punch his teeth out. Dorian tried not to look surprised, since Kaol had abdicated his title as heir of Anya. He hadn't seen his family in years,
Anya?
and rarely spoke about them. Dorian could have gleefully killed Kaol's father for disowning him. What?
You abdicated? So what if they disown you?
Yeah, you abdicated first, I'd think. Otherwise, how could you abdicate if you're disowned?
Oh, he's so tormented, Beth.
So tormented. Aren't these great love interests?
I love that they just want to kill people.
Over ridiculous things? And oh yeah, murder's such a terrible thing. They feel so bad about it. Ding! It gleefully killed Kaol's father for disowning him, refusing even to see Kaol when he brought his family to Rifthold for an important meeting with the king. Even though Kaol had never said it, Dorian knew the scar went deep.
Oh! Golly.
Golly. Dorian sighed loudly.
Do you think the skull goes deeper than killing Cain? Because Kaol seems pretty torn up about killing Cain. Eh? Which skull runs deepest?
Gosh, I mean, from the way he went on about it, I would sure hope killing Cain, because he's never gone on about his family.
This is true.
But it's also fresher.
It's also fresher. We'll have to see if he ever goes back to Cain, or was Cain only for the beginning of the book.
Yeah. We'll see. Remind me again why I'm going to this dinner tonight. Because your father will kill you and me if you don't show up and formally greet your brother. Maybe he'd hire Selena to do it. She has dinner plans tonight with Archer Finn. Isn't she supposed to kill him? She wants information, apparently. A heavy pause. I don't like him. You intimidated by his masculine male manliness?
Oh yeah, are you intimidated by his charm and his way with the ladies? Are you intimidated with the fact that when
That was rough.
I'm giving up.
He's intimidated. Dorian stiffened. They had managed, at least for the afternoon, to not talk about her, Imdash, and for those few hours it had been like nothing had ever changed between them. But things had changed.
All because of a...
I don't think you need to worry about Archer stealing her away. Especially, Imdash, especially if he's going to be dead by the end of the month. It came out sharper and colder than he intended, Dorian.
Dorian, okay.
Kaol cut a glance at him. You think that's what I'm worried about? Yes, and it's obvious to everyone except the two of you. Except he didn't want to have this conversation with Kaol, and Kaol sure as hell didn't want to have this conversation with him, so Dorian just shrugged. She'll be fine, and you'll laugh at yourself for worrying. Even if he's a well-guarded...
I honestly don't think Kaol is capable of laughing at himself.
I don't think so.
Oh,
either.
Dorian.
Yeah. Even if he's as well guarded as she claims, she's the champion for a reason, right? Because she cheated and had help.
Hey, but sometimes to get the job done, you need someone who will take help and
It's
will play
true.
dirty, you know? You
Yeah,
want
but
to
she doesn't want to play dirty. She just doesn't see that one cheating as playing dirty because it's fine. Because it was her friend who showed her, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
What's he up to these days?
Man.
My fave character.
But Knox, well, all you.
Kale nodded, though Dorian could still see the worry in his eyes. Selena knew that the scarlet dress was a little scandalous, and she knew that it was definitely not appropriate for winter, given how low the fronts dipped and how much lower the back went. Low enough to reveal through the black lace mesh that she wasn't wearing a corset behind it.
Who give a shit?
But Archer Finn had always liked women who were daring with their clothes, who were ahead of the trend, and this dress, with its close-fitting bodice, long, tight sleeves, and gently flowing skirt, was about as new and different as it could be.
Yeah, that's because it's for the summer season, which hasn't started yet.
Yeah, that's why, Selena, you're actually being a bit of a fool. He's gonna laugh at you.
She's gonna get hypothermia.
She's gonna get hypothermia. Her fingers aren't gonna be the only thing too cold to work. Which was why, when she ran into Kale on her way out of her rooms, she wasn't very surprised when he stopped dead and blinked. Then blinked again. Selena smiled at him. Hello to you, too. Kale stood in the hallway, his bronze eyes traveling down the front of her dress, then up again.
Then
You're
down.
not wearing that.
Shut the fuck up.
She snorted and walked past him, deliberately giving him a view of the far more provocative back. Oh, yes, I am. Kale fell into step beside her as she made her way down to the front gate and the awaiting carriage. You're going to catch your death. She slung her ermine cloak around her. Not with this, I won't.
Damn.
Ermine, yeah, she fancy. Them tiny little ermines. Think of how many ermines it took to make a cloak that would cover all that back.
700?
700. You're right. Not with this, I won't. Do you even have any weapons with you?
Oh,
she
yeah.
stomped down the main staircase
Just like
that
Jack
led.
Harkness. She has a weapon. Always. Selena saw Dolphy and shoved a gun up her...
Down the staircase that led to the entrance hall. Yes, Kale, I have weapons, and I'm wearing this dress because I want Archer to ask the same thing. To think I don't have any on me. There were indeed knives strapped to her legs, and the pins sweeping her hair into a curling cascade down one shoulder were long and razor sharp. Razor sharp?
Yeah.
Her poor hair is being slashed to
It's
smithereens.
coming out, baby.
Yeah. I don't think they're razor sharp.
I mean, if they were in sheaths so that she could pull the knife pin out, leave
maybe.
the sheath in so her hair doesn't come out and all in a way.
But it didn't say that.
But it didn't say that, so...
And we all know if it's not said, it's not there. Nothing but a dagger.
Literally.
Nothing but razor sharp pins. Long and razor sharp, M-dash, commissioned to her delight by Philippa, so she didn't need to go traipsing around with cold metal jammed between your breasts.
Whatever, keep reading.
We both kind of looked really confused right there.
So, were the pins commissioned by Philippa?
That's what it seemed
And
like.
why did she count?
But that was all one sentence, so it could have also included the knives that are strapped to her legs, but I'm not sure why that would need a special commission, because that seems like a pretty normal thing to, be able to go buy. Tia was just considering how one might hide something between their cleavage.
Wait, okay, say it again. What did Philippa say specifically?
Okay. So the M- section says, commissioned to her delight by Philippa, so she didn't need to, quotation, go traipsing around with cold metal jammed between your breasts.
Listen, Philippa obviously doesn't know anything because keep some metal between your breasts for 5 seconds and it's gonna be warm. I'm just saying, she won't be traipsing around with cold metal. That's all I can say.
That's all you can say.
That's your core. It will heat up pretty quickly.
So true. It is your core.
And also, why does Philippa have the money to commission, like, if it's the Hellpens?
Oh, she definitely used Selena's money.
Okay, thank goodness.
She's like a personal secretary at this
Get
point.
in that bank, baby.
Oh, was all Chaol said. They reached the main entrance in silence, and Selena slipped on her kid gloves as they...
Oh, pause.
Goat kid?
Goat kid?
Kid gloves. So, goat kid?
Oh, kid gloves?
It says kid gloves.
How's it spelled?
K-I-D.
Hyphen?
Space. Gloves. Maybe that's a specific kind of glove, and we just don't know what we're talking about, and we sound really silly right now.
Listen, well, I'm going to look it up, but I want to say another mark against Chaol is how he's like, you're not wearing that out. He already seems controlsive over her when he doesn't even have a claim to her.
He's already controlling of her body, yeah.
Yeah. And her decisions.
And her decisions. Irksome.
Okay. Kid. I'm going to say kid gloves, and it's going to be gloves for children.
Yeah. You could say, what are kid gloves?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Hold on, it's a real thing. We're fools.
Kid gloves are into... This is what showed up when I said kid gloves. So let me see what it says.
Oh, yeah, say what time period it's from, because that'll help me.
Kid glove was entered in the 1909 Webster's New International Dictionary with the adjective meaning wearing kid gloves, hence characterized by the fastidiousness, daintiness, and delicacy looked for in those who wore kid gloves. Hold on. This is just the phrase, sir. Okay, now it talks about gloves for children. It does look like white kid gloves are like those kind of thinner leather gloves, so like boom, boom, boom.
So they're goat kid gloves.
This one says 1290
is when they
glove.
came about.
No, but it's this. Oh my goodness. It's the style that this glove is designed after.
Oh. Okay, so the date in Merriam-Webster's was just when they added it, not necessarily when it came about. But what was that date?
1909, I believe. 1909.
Okay. Well, I've jotted that down as potential time frame.
I'm also looking at, like, when were they popular? And they are called kid gloves. Oh! Okay. So, they date from the 18th century.
Oh, okay. So that's 1700s?
Yes. Wait, hold on. Because the 20th century is the 1900s.
We're in the 21st century right now, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Though early ones were often made from a more available lamb skin. The kid in kid gloves is a young goat.
I was exactly
not a young
right.
person.
Ha!
Kid leather is soft and smooth, making it a perfect material for handling objects such as silverware without leaving smudges.
Okay. That actually really helped. Also, it's making it a lot more modern than I was expecting. We're like 1700s now, which means that pocket watch she has, quite possibly one with a minute hand, which would work if they're being kid gloves.
Mm-hmm.
But it hasn't specifically said there's a minute hand, however...
But there hasn't been any other... They don't even have toilets. They haven't given us other signs about what the time frame is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where's the smog?
Where's the smog? Where's the miasma?
Please bring me smog or smaug. I'll take smaug too.
Maybe they don't have coal to burn, so there's no smog.
Oh, they should just burn kale then.
Oh, that's pretty good. That is a written joke.
Yeah.
It's good.
Right.
It was better written down.
Doesn't kale look kind of like coal?
Yeah, it's just got an H.
Yeah. Okay, man. That is
and
a
maybe
written
the A
pun.
and O are swapped around.
Yeah, but it's close enough. It looks enough like coal.
Mm-hmm.
Cow.
Anyway, so she put on her kid gloves, which are young goat gloves, not baby human gloves, which would have been
Kind of weird.
kind of weird.
She's got those little ass hands.
Let's see, where was it? Her kid gloves as they neared the towering double doors that opened onto the courtyard. She was just about to walk down the front steps when Kale touched her shoulder. "Be careful," he said, examining the carriage, the driver, the footman. They seemed to pass inspection. "Don't put yourself at risk." "I do this for a living, you know." You know what? You can say that, Selena. However you want to be mean to him right now, I'm going to be totally behind it because I don't like his behavior. She never should have told him about her capture, never should have let him see her as vulnerable, because now he'd just worry about her and doubt her and irritate her to no end.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
He's irritating me to no end, so...
Yeah. She didn't know why she did it, but she shook off his touch and hissed, "I'll see you tomorrow." He stiffened as if he'd
What
been
do you
struck.
mean she didn't know why she did it? Did it not just say that he was irritating her to no end?
So true.
Shouldn't
She's
she
irritated.
know why she did it because she's kind of annoyed with him?
She's not connected to her emotions, like, at all. She got a rocky relationship with feelings. He stiffened as if he'd been struck, his teeth flashing. "What do you mean, tomorrow?" Again, that stupid, bright anger took over, and she gave him a slow smile. "You're a smart boy," she said, stalking down the steps to the carriage. "Figure it out yourself." Kale kept staring as though he didn't know her, his body so very still.
Promise?
She wouldn't have him thinking her vulnerable or foolish or inexperienced, not when she'd worked so hard and sacrificed so much to get to this point. What did she sacrifice?
Oh,
She lost everything in Endovir.
Yeah, but maybe they mean sacrificing, like, to become an assassin. In which case...
She hates?
Which she hates, but it's... I was under the impression that she didn't have a choice. Like,
Yeah.
Auburn, like, picked him up from the river and was like, assassin this kid. So...
She's literally sacrificed nothing in this book.
yeah, not in this book, at least.
Sorry, in this series.
Because I don't think if you don't have a choice, it's not really a sacrifice because it was just taken from you. I don't know. I don't like her.
Sacrificed so much to get to this point. Maybe it had been a mistake to let him in, because the idea of him thinking that she was weak, that she needed to be protected, made her want to shatter someone's bones. "Good night," she said, and before she could reconsider all that she just implied, she got into the carriage and drove away. She'd worry about Kale later.
She drove the carriage away?
No, I don't think so. It's not one with 4 little ponies. She'd worry about Kale later. Tonight, her focus was on Archer, and on getting the truth out of him.
I'll get the truth out of you one way or another.
I should either stop here and have a shorter second section or have this chapter be fairly long. What do you think?
Let's stop here. I gotta get my tape out, so that's gonna make some noise. So.
All right, we'll go to pause here. Get ready for the thrilling conclusion of chapter 10, everyone. See you later.